But the love of music permeates far outside of Vienna, with the biggest grossing musical of all time, The Sound of Music, having been filmed in Austria as well. I actually did an I Spy statue challenge. They're all based off of horse-themed statues.
Well, you would be the only one I would allow not to wear a helmet but keep this hat on.
Have you ever met a cowboy before?
No, I've just had two.
I feel like we get away with a lot of not knowing what we're doing, strictly because everyone's so excited to see someone in a cowboy hat.
Excitement on the face when they say howdy.
You have to take a token cowboy with you when you go to Europe.
We have landed in Salzburg. There's no kangaroos. We'll be here for one night. Tomorrow afternoon we'll head to our next location and pick up our rental car. Show of hands, who's in for karaoke?
I will sing. I probably shouldn't drive, but I can if we really want me to.
Who do we think will be the best car singer? Oh, Orrin Clayton.
There's a lot of confidence in that.
In the spirit for tomorrow's morning's tour. Didn't somebody ask you for Sound of Music content? Sound of Music set in Salzburg.
Oh!
And in the morning, we are doing a Sound of Music tour.
Oh my god.
And I'm pretty sure it's a sing-along, guys. We're going to see some of the iconic sites of the movie. And if you want to get your TikTok content ready, I'm giving you fair warning right now.
Okay. Let's do it. I just did follow
An American-made musical film released in 1965, The Sound of Music reigned for 5 years as the highest-grossing film in history. The breathtaking backdrop of the film and the catchy songs catapulted it into the realm of an enduring classic. The movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, winning 5, including Best Picture and Best Director. The story is centered around the late 1930s and follows a young woman named Maria, played by the iconic Julie Andrews. A postulant at the Abbey, Maria is directed to the role of governess to naval officer Captain George von Traps, played by the legendary Christopher Plummer, 7 children, ranging in ages from 5 to 16. The entirety of the plot is centered around the city of Salzburg, where the captain and his family live. We started our tour out looking across the lake at Hotel Schloss Leopoldskron, which is the site of the filming location for many of the back-of-the-house scenes, including the one where they tip over in the boat in the lake. Apparently, it also used to be home to the famous Gazebo, but as our guide explained, the hotel guests were not fond of it due to noise complaints of people reenacting the scene.
They moved in the public palace of Hellbrun. Now that's our next stop, where you can say so loud you won 16 or 17 or something.
I think
good.
it was a missed business opportunity. They should have charged money. They would
but
have been a nice
they
setup,
don't. That time was scared about the guests. They don't think it was so fabulous with the past of the year. It's saying like companies here, sightseeing companies, all the Austrian companies, they laughing about the owner of Panorama Tours. The Panorama Tours was a very small company with 2 minivans. And then they're laughing, Sound of Music, forget it. And then he buy the copyright for the movie, and they start step by step.
Our guide went on to explain that even though this movie has a strong international following, not very many Salzburg natives have even ever seen the film. This wouldn't be such a shock if the film hadn't been set in their lovely town, a town that sees over 300,000 visitors every year, hoping to catch glimpses of filming locations for the movie.
Here is the Palace of Hellbrun, and you see all prepared for the opening this weekend. With 1,000 Christmas trees all around, with 10,000 red balls. When the snow falling, it's like a fairy tale. The front of the palace have 24 windows. We use it like advent calendar every day of December, one number, and then Christmas, all the 24 numbers.
So it looks like Christmas when the snow here, right?
So that's the Hellbrun Alley, straight to the old town, 4.4 kilometers, you're in the old town. That means you can ride a bike under the trees in the summer and the autumn. Still we have a little view of the autumn. Juliana was here with the guitar and the suit guy singing I Have Confidence. I have confidence in the sunshine. So you can maybe make a video.
Much Much to ours, mostly Beth's chagrin, the Christmas markets in Salzburg weren't quite open yet. They were setting up to open basically for right after we left, but they looked like they were going to be absolutely beautiful, so maybe a future trip is in order. And here we find ourselves gazing upon the iconic gazebo that the song 16 Going on 17 was sang in the movie The Sound of Music. This is the gazebo that was moved from the hotel we had just visited because guests kept trying to, or I should say non-guests kept trying to reenact the scene and were disturbing the guests. Let's just hope that none of them turned into Nazis like Rolf did at the end of The Sound of Music. Here we find ourselves gazing up at the hill with the Abbey on our right and Fortress Hohensalzburg on our left. Dominating the iconic Salzburg skyline, Fortress Hohensalzburg is one of the largest 11th century fortresses in Europe. While history is incredibly cool, our guide found Warren Clayton a whole lot cooler.
Send me one thing with you, these great pictures. Huh? Yeah. I want to have a poster with you there. It's so great. Huh? I know this guy. Good. Later I give you my. Yeah. But I don't have iPhone. Right?
I have Samsung.
Oh, yeah, Samsung too. You know what is good. All my children have iPhone, but they have Samsung. Are you WhatsApp or
I do.
It's not WhatsApp in America?
There is. I don't have.
You don't have. I'll give you my telephone number.
Okay.
So Maina, it's a pleasure for me to have a picture of you with horses, make a poster. Yeah, that would be great for me.
What's your name?
Antonio.
Antonio.
They needed monks and nuns here, and nobody have faith. I know people don't want to do the same now. Well, it's true. There is so big convent, and it's empty. Huh?
Sound of music. We've sung 4,000. You don't know the lyrics.
Google.
Oh, come on.
Our sing-along was not off to the greatest of starts, and I don't know if that was why our guide took pity on us, but next thing I know, we were talking about cows.
That's the way to the mountains. So you have cows. You have cows?
Yes.
Yes.
So cool.
You have many cows because America, all the farms is very big.
I work for big places. I don't own a lot.
Okay,
I have
You have cows?
18 big ones and 6 mini ones.
Wow. Here in Austria, there are small farms, all working with one factory of milk. It's more dairy cows than most of them. But it's very interesting to know the biggest farm maybe have 100 cows. That's all.
Wow.
Most have 18, 20, and because these are small farms, every cow have a name. They don't have a number. And the farmers, they go by the name of the cows. Maria, Lisa, and Lisa is coming. They know very clever. And that's the way here in Austria. You see the fields are very, very nice, like golf resort, golf club. And only because the cows need the food, also in the winter. The winter is 3 months covered by snow, so the farmers cut the grass 2-3 times in the week and keep it big package for the winter. So the cows are very happy here in the summer, but in the winter have to be inside for 3 or 4 months, depending of the winter. And that's the way it looks so nice, the hills, like the hills in the movie The Sound of Music. That's the hill you see.
Cattle and dairy farming are influential agricultural commodities, as well as horse breeding, farming, and fruit orchards.
Few of my favorite things, beer.
This is what people in Wisconsin do. They have roadies, only it's not not when I'm driving. Not
After a few drinks.
Framing the Salzach River near the northern foothills of the Alps and the Bavarian border, Salzburg was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1996. Originally the site of a Celtic settlement, this long-standing town offers both the natural beauty of the scenic alpine landscape as well as architectural wealth from hundreds of years of human inhabitancy.
We all go in on a plot of land.
Yes, we should. We can have 20 cows. They had history.
Yeah, we could have bring 20 beavers here and sell T-bone steaks.
I want to bring Wagyu here. Wagyu.
Yeah, Wagyu, yeah. And Marlin.
And upcharge them like no other.
So to the left is the Lake Bushel, and in the beginning you will see a big yellow building. Salzburg for hunting and fishing. And the yellow one, you see.
Oh wow.
This palace, the expensive suite is the CC suite. It's around $50,000 a night, including breakfast. Huh?
Oh, you get your breakfast.
Yeah, his breakfast is so good. And it's a good price. 2 pieces of toast, coffee, orange juice, the best of the best.
Like its cousin to the east, Salzburg is also known for its music. It is the birthplace of Mozart, whose house now lives on as a museum and whose music dominates the annual Salzburg Music Festival. Suffering little damage during World War II, Salzburg was the headquarters for the United States military presence in Austria from 1945 to 1956. Today, it serves as Austria's northwestern gateway to the rest of Europe. Claiming some of the most beautiful mountain scenery in the world, humans settled here in prehistoric times due to its mineral resources.
Warm satin sashes on my nose and eyelashes melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dawn bites, A, B, C, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. The first three notes just happen to be do, re, mi, do, re, mi, do. A deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far a long, long way to run. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow. So a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call.
As we drove through the countryside, we were heading from Salzburg to a town called Mondsee. And along the way, and when we got to Mondsee, there were several more filming locations for the movie.
And the village where you have the church is the same name, Mondsee. Mondsee village is from the year 748. It was a group of monks who built the first church, the first monastery in the old town. It was Maria and the children riding bikes in the Son do Re Mi with the lake beside, was filmed here. Also when Maria was in the bus, the song I Have Confidence, the reflection on the bus is the lake Mondsee.
The town of Mondsee was absolutely stunning, and so was its abbey. This is the location of the wedding that took place between Captain Von Trapp and Maria in the movie, and it was just absolutely gorgeous to get to see this in person. And we explored the town, got some lunch, and then headed back to Salzburg.
Here we are. Here was Uncle Max, the Baroness driving, and you see in the movie the front of the car, and the background, the lake, and the trees here.
Horse. Pegasus sing.
Randy beat you to it. Look at that.
Alright, singing around here, the Do Re Mi. So at the end of the garden, the two statues, the children posing the same. That's the big fountain. In the winter it's closed, so it will be open for the next 2 weeks. Then it will be only one side, but now it's open, you can walk around. Here is the pergola, where the children ran in through. And then they come in here, around here. The camera was in the top of the balcony, you see the complete round of the gas fountain. And they go upstairs, the two lions, you see? Upstairs is the golf garden. And then from the golf garden, they take the hands together and they go step by step. Then in the last step is the first view. You see the castle, the cathedral, and the garden. So we're gonna move there to the steps. I take picture of you want, and then you can discover and singing all around. Do Re Mi.
Another challenge card was up for grabs with the Sound of Music tour for the best singer, whether it was skill or enthusiasm. And Randy took home this card. So, again, if you're keeping score, the score is now Randy 3 and Marsha 1.